بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله وكفى وسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى ثم الصلاة والسلام على المصطفى المجتبى وعلى آله النجباء أصحابه الكرماء ومن والاه إلى يوم الدين والجزاء وبعد. Inshallah, we finished al-Araaf and we got into al-Araaf. And al-Araaf, definitely an al-Araaf, that's a transition from one to the other. And as we broadly explained the theme of al-Araaf as being creation, darkness and light. So in Araf, that theme continues. It gives us stories of nations who have rejected light and the consequences of that decision. It begins with, first, of course, with the story of Sayyidina Adam as the archetypal story, the story of Adam and Iblis. The first one to cultivate darkness, so to speak. So it begins with that. And since Iblis is the archetype of one who cultivates darkness, it is important that we study his character. What were the main motives behind his actions, his disobedience, his rejection of the commandment that was given to him? So God commanded him, as we said, God commands affirmation, and he negated that affirmation by refusing. So automatically that's a cultivation of darkness. And so it begins with that story as an illustration. So Iblis' attitude, the reasons behind his failure to obey, to comply with the commandment of God, can be traced back to two main reasons. One of them is arrogance. One of them is arrogance, and the other one is envy. So, kibr and hasad. Well, if you analyze, these are the two main causes behind the failure of beings to comply with the commandment of God. It's either they are driven either by arrogance and pride or by envy. And both were demonstrated in the case of Iblis. One, he was arrogant, he was proud. Not necessarily towards God, but towards Adam. So, so when God said, قُلْنَا لِلْمَلَائِكَةِ اسْجُدُوا لِآدَمَ فَسَجَدُوا إِلَّا إِبْلِيسَ لَمْ يَكُنْ مِنَ السَّاجِدِينَ. When we said to the angels, prostrate for Adam, they all did. So they all complied. That's light. They said commandment, it's light. Illa Iblis, except Iblis, Abba. Oh, somewhere it says he refused, and it says he was not among the prostrators. He was not with the prostrators. لم يكن من الساجدين. So God asks him, but it's for our benefit, that question, so that we know what made him do what he did. Because if he didn't explain that, we will not know. We'll maybe fall in the same error. God said, ما منعك أن تسجد إذ أمرتك. So what prevented you from prostrating when I commanded you? قال أنا خير منه خلقتني من نار وخلقته من طين. He said, I'm better than him. So that's the kibr. I'm made of a better substance, which is fire, than the substance is made of, which is clay. As you can see, it is not a matter of creation, it's a matter of commandment. Keep that in mind. Don't look at somebody's creation, look at the commandment that God is putting in that individual. If you go by the creation, then you will be in a big error, in a big trouble, like Iblis. So he failed to see that the commandment that God has placed in Adam, when he said to him, إن مثل عيسى عند الله كمثل آدم خلقه من تراب ثم قال له كن فيكون. The likeness of Jesus in the sight of God is like Adam. He created him from dust and said to him, become. So that's a commandment. Become a messenger, become a prophet, become a Khalil, become. So that become. That's what matters. That's what. So you don't fail to see that. Sometimes you are veiled by the bashariya of a person from his ruhaniya. Because human beings, both things. Your bashariya, your human aspect, and your ruhaniya, and your spiritual aspect. So there are those who look at the bashariya only, and they fail to see the ruhaniya of a person. So that is, of course, that leads them to be arrogant and so forth. But also, there are those who look at the ruhaniya and fail to see the bashariya. That also may lead to excessive veneration that can verge on shirk. So there has to be, you see the ruhaniya first, but bashariya behind it. Not the other way around. So anyway, Iblis saw the bashariya of Adam, that's what he was focusing on, and failed to see the ruhaniya of Adam, the spiritualness of Adam. So he said, I'm better than him, because if he knew his ruhaniya, he would not say I'm better than him, naturally. Adam is better. Because the ruh that Allah put in Adam is higher than the one he put in him. So that's the commandment. So قال أنا خير منه خلقتني من نار وخلقته من طين. So that is the arrogance aspect. So we keep that in mind. These are the two major causes of people falling into darkness. Arrogance and envy or jealousy. Of course, envy and jealousy in a bad sense. That's a good sense we'll talk about. So that arrogance is also a result of what we call jahal, ignorance, because those who have knowledge can never be proud. So therefore, Iblis was not knowledgeable as some people think. If he was, then he will not disobey God. إنما يخشى الله من عباده العلماء. People of knowledge are those who defer to God. Deference, that's humility. So that what he was, jahil. A complete jahil and ignorant. كان جهولا. So Jahl is the cause also of kibr. It's a sign of a chain. Jahl leads to kibr, and kibr leads to ma'asiyah, disobedience, fusuq. So that is one. The other one we said is hasad. And he said to God, as in another surah, Surah Al-Isra, قال أرأيتك هذا الذي كرمت علي كرمت علي. So we know that it was not just ignorance and pride, but there's an underlying envy and jealousy against Adam. أرأيتك هذا الذي كرمت علي لأحتنكن ذريته إلا قليلا. Or you see this man that you have favored over me. Karam. But respect and honor is not something that you force out of people. It's something that has to come naturally from them. So because God has favored Adam, gave him more knowledge, raised him, made angels prostrate to him, he got envious and jealousy. Why not me? I've been around for so long. I worship God for these hundreds of years. And just somebody comes along just today and is ahead of me. But he don't know. He don't know what God knows about that person. There must be something God knows that you don't know. That's why those who that complain from human beings to against human beings said, أهؤلاء الذين من الله عليهم من بيننا. Allah responded, أليس الله بأعلم بالشاكرين. بالشاكرين. These are these people among us who God has favored. Allah does not Allah know who is grateful among you? So, in God's knowledge, Adam will be more grateful to him than Iblis. So he placed his favor in Adam. That's why they say that a teacher with his students, who some of them 10 years, some of them 20 years, and somebody came along, a newcomer, and the next day the teacher released him, he let him go. He gave him what he was supposed to get. And the other students, they got angry. They said that we have served you this many years. Somebody comes along yesterday and then he said he came ready. His lamp has enough oil in it, was well oiled, well polished. I just put a torch to it and it's gone. Anyway, so it's the same. So it's the same scenario, because it's God and the angels and his servants and so forth. So Adam came. They have been around for so long. Angels and jinns and Iblis among them. They've been around very long, centuries, if not millennia, before Adam came on the stage. But alaysa Allahu bi'alam bishakri. So anyway, he said, أَرَأَيْتَ هَذَا الَّذِي كَرَّمْتَ عَلَيَّ. You see this one that you have honored and favored over me. So that is envy and jealousy. لَأَحْتَنِكَنْ. I'm going to destroy his descendants, except a few. So God said, كُفَّارًا حَسَدًا مِنْ عِنْدِ أَنفُسِهِمْ. كُفَّارًا حَسَدًا. So kufr, the cause of kufr is hasad. Because kafir is the one who wants to cover up what God has given to someone else. He wants it to be seen or known or heard of. He covers it up. So I said, they want to blow out the light of God with their tongue. وَلَوْ كَرِهَ الْكَافِرُونَ. So that's why he tried to speak against Adam, to put Adam down. Huh? أَأَسْجُدُ لِمَنْ خَلَقْتَ طِينًا. I prostrate for one who is made of dry clay. أَأَسْجُدُ لِمَنْ خَلَقْتَ طِينًا. لم أكن لأسجد لبشر خلقته من صلصال من حمأ مسنون. I was not going to prostrate for a bashar. He created him from a resounding, dark, altered clay. من حمأ, dark clay, the origin of man, مسنون. So anyway, all this is to put Adam down. So these are the first two things that we all need to be careful. Be careful about kibr, be careful about hasad. إياكم والحسد. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, فإن الحسد تأكل الحسنات كما تأكل النار الحطباء. I warn you against envy, bad envy, which means that to wish that what God has given someone else be removed. Not in the sense that you wish that what God has given someone else be given also to you. That's fine. That's the way to go. If you see somebody has something, ask, go where he got it from. Go to the source. Go ask God. He gave somebody so and so, give me too. But don't wish it to be removed from that person. In doing so, you are questioning God's judgment. Yeah, saying that what do you imply is that God did not do well by giving this to so and so. He should have given it to me. I'm more deserving. This is the implication. So you can see how dangerous that is. You're questioning God's judgment. No, God, you're not wise. If you are wise or wiser, this gift should have been placed here and not here. You decide for God what to do. That is very daring for a human being to do. It's God's property. He can do whatever he wants with it. That's in the first place. Whatever he wants with it. That's why it is the aqidah of the Ahl-Sunnah wal Jama'ah, the most right aqidah. That we believe, the aqidah of the people of Ahl-Sunnah wal Jama'ah, the aqidah is that our deeds don't bind God to put us in Jannah. He can do all these prayers. If he wants to, he can put you in Jannah. Yes. If he wants to. Because you and your deeds are created by him. وَاللَّهُ خَلَقَكُمْ وَمَا تَعْمَلُونَ. And if he wants, somebody can be doing all that you think is bad, and he can put them in Jannah if he wants to. So God is not bound by our deeds. That's the aqidah of Ahl-Sunnah wal Jama'ah. Not the Qadariyya and the Jabriyya and all of these firaq. Biyadhu billah. So these are the two main causes of all evil. Al-kibr wal-hasad. And hasad goes back to dhulm. Al-dhulmu wal-jahl. That become the background of everything, of darkness, of dhulm wal-jahl. Jahl, which also means to transgress. Ignorance is transgression. To put yourself above where you're supposed to be. I mean, you don't know yourself. You know yourself, you lower yourself. And hasad, to give less than one deserves. That's what it's called dhulm. Dhulm, to give someone less than they deserve. To fall short. So إنه إن الإنسان كان ظلوما جهولا والعياذ بالله. So this is the sickness that Allah sends messengers to heal people from, to heal societies, human societies from the dawn of history, dawn of the beginning till the end. There's two problems: al-dhulmu wal-jahl. So the nations who have been destroyed one after the other is either because of one or the other. People of, starting with people of Nuh, whose main flaw was dhulm, people of Ad, people of Jahl, people of Thamud, people of Jahl, people of Madian, people of dhulm. So they are all destroyed either because of their dhulm or their jahl. And that goes on until it ends with this Sayyidina Musa becomes the last of the page of all history, all human history. Because Sayyidina Musa is a pivotal point in the history of humankind, between the old human societies and the new human societies. So it's like in the middle. It's his story. He came right in the middle. The end of the old era and the dawn of the new era. So God said, وَلَقَدْ آتَيْنَا مُوسَى الْكِتَابَ مِنْ بَعْدِ مَا أَهْلَكْنَا الْقُرُونَ الْأُولَى. We gave Musa the book after destroying the former Qurun al-Ula, former generations. From Sayyidina Nuh's time, generation, one after the other until Fir'aun. That was the last destruction. And that's the last ancient human society. So with Sayyidina Musa, a new page of human history was opened. It's a new page of human history, but the problem, the struggle is the same, like the ancient societies. It's dhulm and jahl. Very soon, Sayyidina Musa himself will face that problem with his own community. إنكم ظلمتم أنفسكم باتخاذكم العجلة فتوبوا إلى بارئكم فاقتلوا أنفسكم ظلمتم أنفسكم. Allah said, you have wronged your dhulm by taking the calf, by worshipping the calf. Dhulm. Shirk is dhulm. Inna shirka la dhulmun azim. Shirk is an awesome dhulm. So that continued. Sayyidina Musa down to many other prophets, so one after the other, one after the other. But since Sayyidina Musa's time, there has not been what used to happen before, meaning that a mass destruction of human societies. That ceased to stop. That stopped with Sayyidina Musa's coming. Since then, we haven't seen that. Now it is human beings themselves destroying each other. وَيَلْبِسَكُمْ شِيَعًا وَيُذِيقَ بَعْضَكُمْ بَأْسَ بَعْضٍ. So that is the problem now. God does not destroy nations anymore by earthquake, by the shower of stone, no. That ended. So now there is no direct intervention of God in the affairs as before of human beings. But the responsibility is given to man. It is men who have to defend the faith and the religion. No more direct intervention anymore. ولولا دفاع الله الناس بعضهم ببعض لهدمت صوامع وبيع وصلوات ومساجد يذكر فيها اسم الله كثيرا ولا ينصرن الله من ينصره إن الله قوي عزيز. If it was not men who check other men, دفع الله الناس بعضهم ببعض. So people have to stand in the way of people. Without that, many synagogues and churches and temples and mosques will be demolished, destroyed. So men have to stand and defend. And defend the faith and defend the religion. And stop looking for a miracle to happen. The miracle already has happened. Quran is here now. This is the miracle, last miracle. No, you don't need any more miracles. It's a fresh, new miracle every day. As you read it every day, it's fresh in your hands. So this is the history of humanity till now. It's us, it's our generation, now it's us who are playing, we are acting the same role as our ancestors. As you can see now, the pace of history is faster than ever, because it's like when you're reaching, they call it a vortex. The boat goes faster because you're going down into something, into fast spinning water. So that's why we are going fast. We are heading to an ultimate situation. Before we hit that, we need to wake up and stay away from our own destruction. If we don't navigate carefully the human ship that we are on, then we'll crash and all of us will perish. أقول قولي هذا أستغفر الله لنفسي ولكم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.